Welcome to the Life Lessons channel. This is a place where we share meaningful lessons to bring peace and happiness into our lives. Today, we will explore a profoundly important theme, the value of giving. Have you ever noticed that sometimes just a small act, like helping others, sharing a gift, or simply taking the time to listen, can bring a warm and meaningful feeling to your heart? Buddhism emphasizes that giving not only brings joy and happiness to the recipient but also creates positive changes within the giver's soul. With each act of giving, we are not just sharing material goods or time but also conveying love and compassion, core values that help us experience life more fully. There's a Buddhist saying that resonates with me: only by giving do we truly become rich. This means that wealth is not measured by what we possess but by what we are willing to share. An act of giving, no matter how small, can create a powerful change, not only for others but for ourselves as well. In this video, I will share with you 5 wonderful values that giving can bring, from inner happiness and community connection to creating a meaningful life. These values are not only rooted in Buddhist philosophy but are also supported by real-life experiences. But before we dive into the main content, if you enjoy topics like this, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to not miss any of our videos. This is also a way for you to help spread positive messages to more people. Now, let's embark on a journey to explore the 5 wonderful values of giving. I believe that after this video, you will find new inspiration to spread love in your life. Welcome to the Life Lessons channel. This is a place where we share meaningful lessons to bring peace and happiness into our lives. Today, we will explore a profoundly important theme, the value of giving. Have you ever noticed that sometimes just a small act, like helping others, sharing a gift, or simply taking the time to listen, can bring a warm and meaningful feeling to your heart? Buddhism emphasizes that giving not only brings joy and happiness to the recipient but also creates positive changes within the giver's soul. With each act of giving, we are not just sharing material goods or time but also conveying love and compassion, core values that help us experience life more fully. 1. Happiness from compassion. In Buddhism, compassion, karu, is one of the noblest qualities that a person can cultivate. The Buddha taught that compassion is not just about helping others but also about connecting deeply with them through unconditional love. Today, let's explore how compassion, through the act of giving, can bring true happiness to ourselves. Compassion, the source of true happiness. According to Buddhist teachings, compassion is the deep empathy we feel for the suffering of others and the desire to help them alleviate that suffering. The Buddha once said, "The happiness of oneself and the happiness of others are inseparable. When we help others escape suffering, we are also liberating ourselves." When you give, you practice compassion by sharing what you have, be it resources, time, care, or simply a listening ear. This act not only alleviates the difficulties of the recipient but also brings you profound joy, knowing you are making a positive impact in someone's life. A story from Buddhist scriptures illustrates this clearly. When the Buddha was alive, he and his disciples often shared food with the poor in the region. Once, he encountered a single mother holding her child who was starving. The Buddha offered his portion of food to the mother and child. He then taught, "The joy of giving comes not from the food itself but from the compassion nurtured in the soul." Compassion and the sense of connection. One reason giving brings happiness is that it helps us feel connected to others. In the modern world, where people often feel isolated and distant, sharing a part of ourselves with others is a way to overcome loneliness. The Buddha taught, "No one can exist alone. We are part of a whole. When we give, we nurture the bond between ourselves and others. When you give, you are not just offering a material gift, you are conveying a profound message: I understand and care about you." This creates empathy, drawing 2 hearts closer together. This connection is the source of true happiness, happiness that comes from love and sharing. Compassion helps overcome ego. One of the greatest barriers to happiness is attachment to the self. The Buddha pointed out that attachment is the root of suffering, and one of the most effective ways to overcome it is by practicing compassion through the act of giving. When you give, you let go of a part of yourself, be it material possessions, time, or personal comfort, to benefit others. This helps you learn to release your attachment to the self, allowing you to feel lighter and freer in your soul. The Buddha taught, "The richest person is not the one who has the most wealth, but the one who knows how to give without expecting anything in return." By giving unconditionally, you not only help others but also free yourself from the confines of selfishness and desire. Happiness from receiving gratitude. One of the greatest rewards of giving is the happiness that comes from receiving gratitude from others. When you see the recipient smile, their eyes light up, or simply receive a sincere thank you, you will feel an indescribable joy. Gratitude is a powerful energy that warms the heart of the giver and inspires further giving. The Buddha recounted the story of a king who donated all his wealth to aid people during a great famine. When the king received gratitude and love from the people, he said, "The gratitude of you all is the most precious gift I have ever received." Modern research on happiness from compassion. Not only in Buddhist teachings but also in modern scientific studies, it has been proven that giving brings happiness. A study from Harvard University found that when people engage in acts of giving, their brains release chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine, hormones associated with feelings of happiness and satisfaction. Additionally, research shows that those who regularly practice compassion through volunteer work or helping others tend to live longer, healthier, and less stressful lives compared to those who focus solely on personal gain. This aligns perfectly with the Buddha's teachings. Giving is not just about helping others, it's also about helping yourself. Practicing compassion in daily life. Compassion is not an unattainable ideal, it can be practiced through small, everyday actions. Share a meal with someone in need. Take the time to listen to a friend in trouble. Donate to charitable organizations or participate in community activities. Simply share a smile or a word of encouragement. These small acts can have a significant impact, not only on the recipient but also on your own soul. The Buddha taught, "Happiness is not something we seek from outside, it is something we create from within through compassion and sharing." When you give with a heart full of compassion, you not only help others but also bring true happiness to yourself. Start with the smallest actions to spread compassion in your life, and you will see that happiness is always present around you. 2. Reducing ego attachment. When we give, it's not just the recipient who benefits, we also receive a profound lesson, letting go of ego, or attachment to our possessions and self. In Buddhist teachings, ego attachment is the root cause of suffering. Giving is a practical action that helps us learn how to let go, leading us to true freedom and peace. Ego attachment, the source of suffering. The Buddha pointed out that all suffering in life arises from ego attachment. Ego attachment is the clinging to oneself, possessions, or anything we consider belonging to us. This is one of humanity's greatest misconceptions, as it creates selfishness, greed, and a sense of insecurity. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha teaches, "Those who cling to the body, possessions, or status are like a bird caught in a trap, always fearful of losing what they have." When we are attached to our ego, we relentlessly seek to accumulate more, protect what we have, and fear loss. Ironically, this accumulation and protection weigh down the soul, preventing us from achieving true happiness. Learning to let go through giving. Giving is a direct action that helps us face our ego attachment. When you give away a part of your possessions, time, or energy, you are practicing letting go, a core principle in Buddhism. The Buddha once recounted the story of a wealthy king who possessed everything in life yet still felt empty. One day, the king decided to distribute his gifts and wealth to the poor. In doing so, he realized that joy does not lie in ownership but in sharing. The Buddha praised the king, saying, "When you give without expecting anything in return, you have attained true wealth, wealth of the soul." Giving allows you to experience a sense of relief from being bound by possessions or ego. You realize that your worth does not lie in what you own but in your willingness to share and make a difference in others' lives. Letting go of self to find freedom. Ego attachment is not only related to material possessions but is also tied to the self, how we define ourselves and place value upon that. The ego often leads us to compare, compete, and protect our image. When you give, especially without expecting anything in return, you practice letting go of the self. This is an important exercise in Buddhism to help you overcome attachment to the ego, thereby achieving freedom in your soul. The Buddha said, "The wise do not seek perfection for themselves but strive to improve the world through contribution and sharing." When you give selflessly, you not only help others but also soothe your ego, as that action arises from compassion and is free from selfishness. True value does not lie in ownership. In the modern world, we often get caught up in the belief that a person's worth is determined by what they own, from possessions and money to reputation. However, Buddhism asserts that a person's true value lies in their ability to give, share, and spread love. The Buddha recounted the story of a beggar full of compassion. Despite having nothing but a tattered robe, he was willing to share it with a traveling companion in the cold. This act was praised by the Buddha as the highest expression of compassion. He said, "The richest person is not the one with the most possessions, but the one who knows how to give without regret." Through giving, you realize that your worth does not lie in the assets you hoard but in the love and sharing you spread. Real-life experiences of letting go and happiness. In real-life experiences, those who frequently give, whether material goods, time, or energy, feel a sense of peace and freedom in their souls. Modern studies also show that people who volunteer tend to be less stressed and live happier lives, as they are no longer bound by attachment to possessions or ego. The Buddha emphasized this in his teachings. Happiness does not lie in ownership but in letting go. Ask yourself, do you really need all the things you hold on to? Or could part of that be shared to bring joy and happiness to others? Practicing letting go in daily life. Letting go to reduce ego attachment does not have to involve grand actions. You can practice it through small, everyday gestures. Share a portion of your income with those in need. Offer your time to help others, such as teaching, volunteering, or listening. Learn to let go of unnecessary things in your life, from material possessions to unrealistic expectations of yourself and others. Practice gratitude instead of focusing on what you want to possess. The Buddha taught, "Those who let go of ego find freedom." Giving not only helps you reduce attachment to possessions and self but also brings tranquility, lightness, and happiness from deep within your soul. Start practicing letting go with the smallest actions, and you will find life becoming more meaningful and free. 3. Creating good karma. In Buddhist philosophy, every action, word, and thought we engage in are seeds sown into the soil of karma. What we plant, we will harvest. When you give sincerely, you not only bring joy and happiness to others but also sow the seeds of good karma, positive outcomes that will flourish in your own life. Let's explore how giving can create good karma, leading you to a more peaceful and meaningful life. The law of cause and effect in Buddhism. The law of cause and effect is one of the core teachings of Buddhism, which the Buddha explained deeply in many scriptures. According to this law, every action we take, whether good or bad, yields corresponding results. This is not a reward or punishment from a supernatural force but rather a natural law concerning the relationship between actions and their consequences. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha teaches, "All beings are the owners of their karma, the heirs of their karma, and the refuge of their karma. Whatever they do, whether good or bad, they will inherit the results." This means that when you perform a good deed, such as helping others or giving sincerely, you are planting good seeds. These good seeds will yield positive results in the future, whether you realize it or not. Giving is the most effective way to sow good seeds. When you give, be it material goods, time, or simply a smile, you create a positive impact in the world around you. Every act of giving, if rooted in sincerity, generates good karma not only for the recipient but also for yourself. For example, when you help someone in need, you enhance their life and initiate a chain reaction of positivity. The recipient may feel inspired to help others, and thus, your action spreads, creating a cycle of goodness. The Buddha once shared a story about a poor man who was willing to share his last meal with someone even hungrier. As a result, the man received help from the surrounding community, and his life changed for the better. This illustrates the power of sowing good karma through acts of giving. Forms of good karma from giving. Giving can create various forms of good karma, depending on your heart and sincerity. Some notable forms of good karma include karma in relationships. When you help others unconditionally, you build trust and respect from them. These relationships become a positive energy source in your life. Karma for health. According to Buddhism, a pure and compassionate mind can lead to a healthy body. Giving sincerely not only reduces stress but also brings peace, supporting both mental and physical health. Karma in wisdom. When you give without expectations, you practice letting go and expanding your compassion. This helps you develop deeper wisdom and understanding of the nature of life. Karma in future lives. Buddhism teaches that the good deeds you perform in this life will yield positive results in future lives, leading to a more joyful and happy existence. Giving with sincerity. The most important aspect of giving is your mindset. The Buddha emphasized that the value of an action does not lie in its quantity or form, but in sincerity and the absence of expectation in return. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha teaches, "Give without hoping to receive, for in that giving, you will find true happiness." When you give sincerely and selflessly, you not only create good karma but also liberate yourself from attachment and selfishness. This act lightens your soul and brings tranquility. How to practice giving in daily life. You do not need to wait until you have abundant resources or time to start giving. Small actions that come from the heart can also sow the seeds of good karma. Here are some suggestions. Share material goods, donate money, clothing, or food to those in need. Share time, participate in volunteer activities, help others with work or studying. Share compassion, listen, understand, and comfort those who are struggling. Share knowledge, teach a skill, inspire, or share life experiences to help others grow. Each of these actions, if performed with sincerity, will become seeds of good karma, bringing sweet results for both you and others. The results of sowing good karma. The Buddha taught, happiness is the result of good actions, and suffering is the result of bad actions. When you sow good karma through giving, you create a flow of positive energy in your life. Good things will come to you naturally, be it joy, peace, or unexpected opportunities. Remember that what you sow is what you will reap. If you want your life to be filled with happiness and meaning, start by giving sincerely today. Giving is not only an expression of compassion but also a way for us to sow the seeds of good karma. These actions not only help others but also open the path to happiness and peace in your own life. Start with small gestures, a smile, a word of encouragement, or a simple gift. For it is these small acts that can create significant good karma, spreading positivity and transforming your life and that of others. 4. Nurturing gratitude. In life, gratitude is not just recognizing the value of the good things we receive, it is also a way to cherish and appreciate every moment of the present. When you give, you not only sow joy for the recipient but also deepen your own understanding of gratitude. Giving is a subtle lesson that nurtures gratitude in both the giver and the receiver. Let's explore how this action creates great spiritual value. Gratitude from the receiver, a soul connection. When you give, whether it's a material gift, time, or spiritual support, the recipient often feels a profound sense of gratitude. This is not merely appreciation for what they have received, it is also the recognition of your kindness and love. The Buddha taught, whoever sincerely repays the kindness of others is a noble person. Anguttara Nikaya. The gratitude from the recipient goes beyond words of thanks. It becomes an inspiration for them to continue sharing goodness with the world, creating a circle of kindness. Those who receive your generosity not only feel valued but also understand the significance of giving, motivating them to act similarly. For example, in a small community, when you help a family in need, that family is often willing to support others when they are able. This is how gratitude spreads, building a connected and loving society. Gratitude from yourself, cherishing what you have. When you give, you not only help others but also experience gratitude for what you possess. This is particularly evident in Buddhist philosophy, where giving is not seen as a loss but as an opportunity to recognize the value of what you have. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha teaches, "The one who is content is the richest. Cherish what you have, and you will find joy in simplicity." When you share your wealth, time, or love, you begin to realize that you are more fortunate than many others. This not only fosters a sense of abundance but also cultivates gratitude for life, for those around you, and for the opportunities you have received. Imagine giving a meal to a homeless person. You realize that having a home and enough food every day is incredibly precious. This gratitude deepens your sense of peace and happiness within. Giving as a daily practice of gratitude. Buddhism emphasizes that gratitude is not just a feeling, it must be practiced through action. When you give, you are actively practicing gratitude in its most positive form. For example, when you share your time to listen to a friend in distress, you not only help them feel loved, but you also recognize that having someone to share with is a gift. When you donate money to support a charity, you are not only benefiting the community but also reminding yourself that you are in a fortunate position to do so. Every act of giving carries a lesson in gratitude. This practice makes gratitude an integral part of your daily life. Gratitude and letting go. In Buddhism, gratitude and letting go are two sides of the same coin. When you feel grateful, it becomes easier to let go of selfishness, greed, and worries. The Buddha taught, only by letting go can a person truly hold on to what is important. When you give, you release ego attachment, clinging to possessions, power, or your own self. This creates space for gratitude to flourish, helping you appreciate the small yet meaningful things in life. Deepening your connection to life. Gratitude nurtured through giving not only brings you peace but also strengthens your connection to the world around you. When you are grateful, you begin to realize that everything in life is interconnected. You recognize that the food you eat comes from the labor of many people. The clothes you wear are the results of the work of producers. The roof over your head is a gift from the efforts and support of the community. Giving is how you actively participate in this connection, creating a circle of gratitude and love. How to practice nurturing gratitude through giving. Practice daily. Start with small gestures, like sharing a word of encouragement or a small gift. Keep a gratitude journal. Each time you give, write down what you feel grateful for when performing that action. Engage in volunteer work. Participate in community service activities to deepen your understanding of the significance of giving. Practice mindfulness. When giving, do so consciously and sincerely, feeling the joy in your actions. Giving is not only an act of compassion but also a way to nurture gratitude within your soul. This action not only creates happiness for others but also helps you live more fully, appreciating everything in life. Start with small actions. Share a smile, a kind word, or a simple gift. From these simple acts, you will come to realize that gratitude is not just something you receive, it is a gift you can create every day. 5. Connecting and building community. Giving is not only an act of sharing material or spiritual resources, it is also a powerful bridge that brings people closer together. In Buddhist philosophy, the connection between individuals is not merely social interaction but part of a deeper relationship, one of compassion, understanding, and love. Let's explore how giving builds community, nurtures solidarity, and transforms the world into a better place. Giving as the beginning of connection. In Buddhist philosophy, individuals do not exist in isolation, they are part of a web of interdependence. The Buddha taught, everything in life is interrelated, no one is completely separate. Avatamsaka Sutra. Giving, whether it's a sincere piece of advice, a small gift, or your precious time, is a way to affirm and strengthen these connections. When you offer something with a genuine heart, the recipient gains not only material or spiritual value but also feels your care, concern, and kindness. This deepens the bond between you and them, creating a strong connection. Imagine a small neighborhood where people regularly help each other, someone shares a meal, another helps fix household items. These simple acts create a strong community where people not only live close together but also live for each other. Building trust and solidarity in the community. Trust is the foundation of all relationships. In modern society, a lack of trust can create distance between people. Giving is an effective way to build and reinforce trust. The Buddha taught, when you do good deeds without expectation, you will earn the trust and respect of those around you. When someone sees you willing to share, they feel your sincerity and affection. This encourages them to act similarly, and gradually, a chain of good deeds spreads throughout the community. For example, when someone donates food to the poor, that act not only directly helps but also inspires others to do the same. Solidarity is built from such small actions. A community where people are willing to give and support each other becomes a place where everyone feels safe, valued, and appreciated. A sense of belonging and meaning in life. A sense of belonging is a fundamental human need. In Buddhism, this feeling extends beyond the individual to encompass the entire society. Giving helps you realize that you are part of something greater than yourself. When you engage in community activities such as volunteering, donating, or helping neighbors, you not only benefit others but also create profound meaning in your own life. The Buddha taught, happiness is not in what you receive, but in how you share. For instance, when you participate in an environmental cleanup campaign, you contribute your effort and experience joy in seeing the positive impacts of your actions. This sense of belonging brings satisfaction and meaning that no material possession can replace. Spreading positive energy and inspiring others. Giving has the power to spread. A small action can inspire many others. In Buddhist philosophy, this is referred to as the joy of sharing. When you do good, you not only create merit for yourself but also awaken kindness in those around you. For example, a person organizing a charity meal can inspire hundreds of others to participate or contribute. These small actions gradually become a movement, transforming an entire community. The Anguttara Nikaya states, a single lamp can light thousands of other lamps without losing its own light. Your act of giving is like a lamp, helping to illuminate kindness and compassion in others, creating a chain of positive energy that spreads everywhere. A loving and sharing community. When giving becomes part of a community's culture, it creates an environment filled with love and sharing. Such a community is not just a place where people coexist, it is a place where everyone grows together. Buddhism encourages building communities based on 4 elements of love. Metta, selfless love. Karuna, compassion for the suffering of others. Mudita, joy in seeing others happy. Upekkha, letting go of selfishness and ego. When a community practices these principles, everyone feels loved, understood, and supported. Even small acts of giving can become the glue that binds the community, making it a place where everyone wants to belong. How can you start building community through giving? Participate in volunteer activities. Spending time helping others is one of the easiest ways to create connections. Share your skills. If you excel in a particular field, share your knowledge with those who need it. Support the vulnerable. Sometimes, a word of encouragement or your presence can greatly help someone. Create opportunities for others, introduce job opportunities, assist in education, or help in any way that allows others to advance. Giving is not merely an act of sharing, it is a way to build bridges of love and solidarity within the community. Every small action, every time you share, is a brick that contributes to building a society filled with love and sharing. Remember, giving does not lead to loss, it helps you become part of something greater. A loving community starts with your small actions. Conclusion: the eternal value of giving. In Buddhist philosophy, giving is not merely the act of transferring possessions or material wealth, it is a way to touch the depths of the soul, nurture love, and connect with the world around us. When you give, you do not lose anything, rather, you gain more than you can imagine: inner wealth, true happiness, and profound meaning in each moment of life. The happiness derived from giving is not a fleeting joy but a lasting satisfaction that springs from compassion and genuine connection. Every time you open your heart to share, whether it's a comforting word, a smile, or a small gesture, you are sowing the seeds of goodness not only in the recipient but also within your own soul. This happiness cannot be measured by material means, yet it is an invaluable treasure that anyone can possess. Giving also helps us liberate ourselves from attachment to the ego and possessions. As the Buddha taught, attachment is the root of all suffering. When you learn to let go and share, you will find your soul becoming lighter and freer. The act of giving is a practical lesson that helps you understand that the true value of life lies not in what you own, but in what you are willing to give. Moreover, when you give with a sincere heart, you are planting the seeds of good karma. According to the law of cause and effect, the good things you share today will create a positive energy that brings peace and happiness to you in the future. Giving is not about expecting to receive, it is about spreading the light of goodness, helping the world become a better place each day. The act of giving also allows you to recognize the precious things you already have, nurturing gratitude not only from the recipient but also within yourself. When you cultivate gratitude, you will see that life is filled with wonders, and this will inspire you to share even more. Gratitude is a powerful energy that heals wounds and brings deep peace. Ultimately, giving is the invisible thread that connects you to those around you. It builds trust, bonds, and solidarity within the community. A small action can spark significant change, helping transform society into a place overflowing with love and sharing. Remember, giving never makes you poorer. On the contrary, it enriches your soul and your life. Happiness, freedom from ego, positive karma, deep gratitude, and lasting connections, all of these are priceless values you will receive when you learn to share. Start with small acts today. A smile, a word of encouragement, or a kind gesture can make a tremendous difference. If you resonate with this message, don't forget to like, subscribe to the Life Lessons channel, and share this video to spread more values of love. The journey of giving leads to true happiness, and each of us can create a better world through our acts of kindness.